Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival. So today we are just out here enjoying a fire in the woods, and kind of what I wanted to do is go through and show you how I built the fire using this really sweet Tops Bowie knife. This is the Longhorn Bowie, and it's just a really awesome knife. It's got a Black River finish on it, and it's got the Rocky Mountain tread, micarta scales on the handle. I really like it a lot. I think you guys are going to enjoy it as well. And I give this knife a 10 out of 10. I'm telling you, this is one badass knife that makes quick work on split wood fires, and you guys will see that here shortly. So stick with me and we'll get started. Alright, so today we've got the Longhorn Bowie from Tops Knives, and this is what we're going to be using to get this fire going, and be breaking all this wood down and everything like that. This is a pretty impressive knife, and you guys will see here shortly what I'm talking about. It does an excellent job. Sticking this down right through a knot. This is a hard old piece of cedar we found over here. It's been dead standing for a long time, but this cuts through it pretty well. This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is the style and size of blade that I would use for my 3-knife system. This is going to be the larger knife. It's got a 6 3/4 inch blade, so almost a 7-inch blade, which is kind of what I prefer. And it's made of 1095 carbon steel. We've got an overall length of about 13 inches, and just feels, really good in the hand. One of the things I like about having a longer blade is you can get your hand on here, do a little bit more manipulation. Get a shorter blade, trying to do split wood fires, it just makes it more difficult. Got a nice sharp tip so it can get down through the wood too. Of course, this wood's pretty knotty, but the other thing I like about this knife is that it's got a nice wide profile on the blade. So if I'm getting in there and trying to kind of manipulate it, then it gives me something to put some leverage on. I can actually kind of hold it like that with my thumb on it without getting my hand down around the sharp edge of the blade. And that works pretty well. We've also got the 2 finger choils right up here, so you can get up close and actually, get down in close and work good with it and have a lot of control and that kind of thing. It's got black linen micarta scales on it, and they've put what they call a Rocky Mountain tread on it, which is really pretty awesome, because when you get your hand on there, you can feel these grooves, you know, right here, and it really makes a big difference in, you know, being able to grab and control the blade. So Tops has really thought a lot about this. They've taken a traditional Bowie design and incorporated, you know, modern materials and modern design and really improved it a lot. You've got some jimping right here on the back, which is nice. It just kind of, you know, sits right there in your thumb, right in the thumb area there. But you've still got, you know, all this blade to work with. So I really like the feel of it so far. So now we're going to go ahead and we'll get some curls, do some shavings and that kind of thing, and just kind of show you what I was talking about as far as the control, you know, and that kind of thing. I think it's probably going to do feather sticks and shavings, you know, really well. So give that a shot. It's a nasty old piece of wood here, but I think it'll work out okay. It's getting some decent feathers. Do some shavings now, I guess. We'll go ahead and do these. Got quite a few feather sticks, and we'll see how it does the really fine shavings for tender and all that stuff. Probably get some out of this. One of the other interesting things about this knife is that no two knives are going to look exactly the same. They do a Black River wash on the blade, and it actually, each one comes out differently, so they're all going to be kind of unique. And then you know, it just kind of gives it its own personal style and that kind of thing. So no two of them are going to be exactly the same, which I like, you know. And the other thing I really like about this is a lot of the other knives nowadays have this really thick coating, this textured coating on it. And so it gives you a lot more friction when you're trying to go through the wood and all that kind of stuff. And this one really just kind of cuts through it like butter. It's nothing really sticks to it. You get a little bit of marring and things like that, but you know, it's definitely not filling up the texture and the paint and stuff like that some of these other knives do. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see if we can get some shavings here. Maybe this one. So with this, I'm just basically going to hold the blade kind of 45 degrees to it and get it down like this. Probably need to catch these shavings on some wood here. This allows me to, with a big wide blade like this, get a lot of pressure. Really make some nice shavings. We got a fairly good handful. We get a few more, but those are going to work really well for tinder, I think. So one of the things I like about this knife, and some people may not like it, but I do, is that the spine of the knife is actually rounded off. Now the reason I like that is because I pretty much only use the long 7-inch blade knives like this for split wood fires and that kind of thing. So if you have a more curved spine, it doesn't tear up your beater stick and all that kind of stuff as much. And it's just a little easier on your hands and that kind of thing. Now the downside to that is it doesn't have a 90-degree spine, so you can't spark a ferro rod with it. You guys know, if you've watched my videos for any length of time, that I use, especially in an emergency wilderness survival situation, I'm going to normally use my awl on my pocket knife, but if I only had a one knife deal, then I'm going to use the blade anyway. So that's not a big deal to me. That's the way I do it. So let's go ahead and get this lit up. All right. Now we'll go ahead and stick our feather sticks over the top. Let that build a little bit. Another handful. Spread it out. Oops. Fire loves chaos. I'm not sure who it was I heard say that once, but it's absolutely true. Let that build up a little bit. Overall, I've been really impressed with the Tops knife. I love the Bowie knife design. It just feels great in the hand, and I've been impressed with it so far. I think it's a great knife. Probably one of the most ergonomic knives that I've dealt with, as far as the way that it fits in the hand. I mean, even for people with larger hands, you've got plenty of handle there. Even if you're back on it. It just feels really nice. So let me go over the sheath real quick with you. The sheath is just a basic, ballistic nylon, double stitched and sewn all the way around. It does have a pouch on here that you could put in a Leatherman or a small survival kit, or a sharpening stone, a ferro rod, whatever the case may be. You've got two Velcro handle loops up here to hold it in. And then on the back you've got a nice Pals webbing strap so that you can strap it to a backpack. You can put it to your tactical gear. You could really do whatever you want with it. You've also got the belt loop. That's just how I was wearing it. You know, you can run your belt through here as well. So it gives you lots of options. Now the one thing I don't care for is that the plastic insert, which is good for protection and safety, is fine. But if you don't have it tied in with the 550 cord or something like that down there, then it can come out and separate from it. Not a big deal at all, but it's just something to think about. The other thing I'm not a huge fan of is that it's a little bit wobbly. I think overall for this kind of traditional knife, I would personally prefer a leather sheath, but this is super functional. It's super utilitarian. You could use it in any different configuration, and it's going to last forever. There's nothing wrong with it per se. It's more of just a personal preference. I think in a traditional style knife like a Bowie like this, it might be kind of cool to have a traditional style holster, or sheath. Again, just a personal preference. Nothing wrong with it at all. Tops Knives has a huge amount of different varieties on this kind of stuff. You can get it with or without the Rocky Mountain tread. Different finishing options too, I believe. So definitely go check out their website and see what you can come up with. Okay, guys. So all in all, I think this is a really great knife. I think that it is what I would consider to be a piece of professional grade gear. It's definitely something that once you buy the knife, it's going to last you the rest of your life, as long as you don't lose it. So it's definitely something that you're going to be able to have and depend on, and it's going to last. As always, guys, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 P's. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. And go check out Tops Knives. See if they've got any designs out there that you guys really like as well.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking with me to the end. If you're still here now, then that tells me you might have a little extra time on your hands, and maybe you can go check out some of these other cool channels. These guys are great guys. They are really trying to give back to the Second Amendment movement, and I think you're going to find a lot of cool stuff on their channels, from gear reviews to survival, prepping, and good old-fashioned comic relief, competitive shooting, just a whole array of outdoor type activities and things that manly men like. So check them out.